The mansion fills silent, not from a shout or a crash, but from something no one thought possible. In the center of the grand living room, beneath a glittering bold chandelier, Clarissa Benson, the billionaire's fiancée, raised her hand to strike yet another maid. The staff froze. Cooks, cleaners, guards, even the old butler. They had seen this scene too many times. Clarissa ruled the house with beauty, wealth, and cruelty. But this time, the slap never landed. A small, steady hand caught her wrist mid-air. It belonged to Amaka Wosu, the new maid, only 3 days in the house, quiet as a shadow, eyes always lowered. No one had ever seen her raise her voice, let alone her hand. Yet there she stood, gripping Clarissa's wrist like an iron root refusing to break in a storm. Clarissa's eyes widened in shock. Amaka said nothing. She simply held on, calm, unshaking. Every worker gasped, and from the shadowed hallway, unseen by all, Chike Anderson, the young billionaire everyone admired for his kindness, stopped walking. He had just returned from the restroom when he heard the commotion. He turned. He saw. His fiancée, red-faced, struggling to free her hand from a maid. He didn't move. He didn't speak. He only watched, and something inside him finally woke up. Clarissa yanked harder. Still, Amaka did not move. Then a voice cut through the room like a blade. "M." Everyone turned. Standing beside Chike, arms crossed, was Mama Tisa, the woman who raised Clarissa, the only person she had ever feared. Not because Mama Tisa was cruel, but because she never lied. Clarissa's face drained of color. Mama Tisa's eyes were steel. I saw everything. She nodded toward Chike. Clarissa finally tore her hand free and stepped back, clutching her wrist like it had been burned. "This is just a maid," Clarissa cried, pointing at Amaka. Mama Tisa shook her head. "Child, I watched you raise your hand to strike her." Chike stepped forward. His voice was quiet, but carried the weight of a storm. "No one in this house is just anything," he said. "Not the cooks, not the guards, not the maids. They have families, dignity." Clarissa stared at him, stunned. Then the front doors opened. Chief Benson, Clarissa's father, strode in, sweating, eyes wild with fear. "Mama?" Clarissa whispered. He didn't look at her. He looked straight at Chike. "We need to talk." Chike frowned. "What happened?" Chief Benson's voice trembled. "We need to talk." Clarissa lunged forward, but he had already started. "Years ago, there was a girl."
He gestured weakly toward Amaka. Clarissa accused her of stealing jewelry. She shouted at her, slapped her. Chike's face changed. "The girl tried to run," Chief Benson continued, voice breaking. "She fell, hit her head. The room was a tomb." Chike stared at Clarissa. Clarissa's lips trembled. Tears spilled. "I was 17. I didn't mean—" "You meant to hurt her," Chief Benson said. "You meant to break her spirit." Clarissa collapsed to her knees. Then Chief Benson dropped the final bomb. "Her family never forgave us. The girl's older brother, he's been looking for Clarissa." Clarissa let out a terrified sob. A moment later, boom, boom, boom. Someone pounded on the gate like judgment itself had come knocking. The guard ran in, pale. "Sir, there's a man. He says his name is Samuel Okoro." Clarissa screamed. Clarissa clawed at his trousers. "He'll kill me." But Chike gently removed her hands. "He deserves to speak," he said. The gate opened. Samuel Okoro walked in, tall, dusty from travel, eyes burning with years of pain. In his hand, a faded photo of a smiling young girl. His sister. He stopped in the doorway and looked straight at Clarissa. Clarissa wept. "Samuel, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry." "I didn't come to hurt you," Samuel said, voice raw. "I came to stop carrying this hate. It's been killing me for years. But you will face what you did. The case was never closed." Clarissa fainted. As Chike rushed to catch her, a phone slipped from her pocket and hit the marble floor. The screen lit up. A message glowed. Is he suspecting anything yet? Chike froze. Slowly, he picked up the phone. Clarissa stirred, eyes wide with terror. "Chike, no, don't." He pressed play. Clarissa's own voice filled the room, cold and laughing. "Once we're married, everything is mine. His houses, his shares, his company. And if he ever tries to leave, I have the recording from his mother's hospital room. One leak and his reputation is destroyed." The recording ended. Silence. Clarissa sobbed. "I was scared of being poor again. I did love you, I swear." But Chike was already stepping back. "I forgive you," he said, tears in his eyes. "But I will not marry you." Samuel nodded once. The police were already outside. As Clarissa was led away in tears, she looked back one last time. "I really did love you," she whispered. The doors closed. The mansion exhaled. Later, as the sun set, Chike stood on the balcony, breathing freely for the first time in years.
Amaka passed by, carrying a tray. He stopped her gently. "Amaka," he said, "you changed everything today. Not by shouting, not by fighting." She lowered her eyes, shy. He smiled, the first real smile in months. And for the first time in years, the house felt like a home again. Peace had returned, not because evil was absent, but because truth had finally won.